Our top focus in Beyond Dispatch, Uzbekistan is hosting a two-day high-level meeting in the capital city of Tashkent. Around 250 participants and 40 delegates from different countries will assemble for a conference titled the International Conference on Central and South Asia. The President of Afghanistan, Prime Minister of Pakistan, the Foreign Minister of India and other high-ranked officials from Russia, Japan and the US are attending this conference. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has arrived in Tashkent, and ahead of the meeting, Jaishankar held a short bilateral meeting with the President of Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani. He discussed the current situation in and around Afghanistan. India reiterated its support for peace, stability and development of Afghanistan. Earlier, President Ghani was welcomed by his Uzbekistan counterpart Shavkat Mirziyoyev, who received him. The two leaders held a short bilateral at the Kuksaroy Presidential Palace. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan has also arrived at the airport, where he met with his Uzbekistan counterpart Abdullah Aripov. And ahead of this meeting, the high-level international conference is intended to form a political and expert platform for multilateral discussions. These talks will mutually benefit the Central and South Asian countries in transport, logistics, energy, trade, technological, cultural and humanitarian domains. The conference will consist of an opening ceremony, a plenary session, 3 breakout sessions and a final conclusion. For more on this, we are now being joined by our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, thanks for joining us. Now, in a meeting with President Ghani, India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar showed support for the Afghanistan peace process. What more can you tell us about the talks?
Well, Priyanka, India has stepped up its engagement when it comes to Afghanistan with that meeting, the meeting between the Indian External Affairs Minister and the Afghan President that happened a short while ago in Uzbek capital Tashkent, which in fact will be hosting the Connectivity Summit tomorrow. The meeting, of course, will see the Russian Foreign Minister, the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan also participating, but undoubtedly it is the shadow of Afghanistan that is going to dominate the agenda with the various meetings. We know all these leaders are coming from another crucial capital, another crucial meeting that is Dushanbe in Tajikistan, where of course the Indian External Affairs Minister had a meeting with his Afghan counterpart, the Afghan Foreign Minister Hanif Atmar, who lauded India's role when it comes to the Afghan peace process, how India in fact is building up consensus in the region, and this is something required at a time when Taliban is increasingly making territorial gains, something that has been a worry for regional countries. In fact, the SCO Afghan Contact Group meeting saw the Indian External Affairs Minister talking about how the peace process should be followed, and violence through violence anyone getting power should not be legitimized, and it looks like Taliban is on the way of trying to gain power through force, through violence. We know the images coming from the country, and that is something that is being discussed in various quarters. In fact, the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan is present in Tashkent. What will be crucial, will there be a bilateral between the two sides, between the Afghan President and the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan? And if there is a meeting, what will be the main crux? Because remember, the meeting between the Afghan side and Pakistani side, the foreign ministers meeting in Dushanbe, was quite a significant one in terms of the readout by the Afghan side, which clearly mentioned that Islamabad should stop supporting Taliban.
Right. Siddhant, since you mentioned the violent tactics of the Taliban, now there have been plenty of developments in and around Afghanistan, with the Taliban wanting to negotiate a ceasefire in return for release of prisoners. Did this development come in any of the talks between the leaders who gathered, especially after Pakistan fired tear gas at the border crossing?
Well, Taliban right now is acting like it has won over Kabul, and it is giving its terms and conditions. Now with the fact that the Americans have left, almost leaving the country now, a majority of American troops have left the country, there is no buffer in terms of stopping Taliban in terms of violence. So on what basis Taliban is saying is something very questionable. Will Taliban in fact be willing to even sit across on the table with the Afghan side side, we know that they do not recognize Ghani government. They do not believe in power sharing. What they want is a complete authority, complete power. And we already know from 90s what could be the outcome. The gains of last 20 years could be lost if Taliban gets back to power. It looks like it hasn't shown its intent of changing when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to minorities' rights, and of course any talk of ceasefire, any talk of releasing Talibani various prisoners is something that is part of the ongoing conversation, not just between the Afghan side and other of their counterpart, but largely it is a major focus of discussion inside the Afghan government as well, because releasing these prisoners could in fact endanger the peace much more.
Right. Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us on WION, and thank you for all your inputs.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.